Hey, I'm Elton, and this is a mini-series where I'll be just briefly discussing powerful duos that can have really great synergy. These synergies can produce high damage, cool strategies, and some pretty insane support capabilities. The pairing today is probably a bit unexpected, as it includes a unit that isn't really commonly used, but I think they'll surprise you. Xingqiu and Candace are the powerful duo to discuss today, as their synergy together is not only perfect, but also extremely accessible. Now with Xingqiu, his kit is quite broken as is. I don't want to dwell too much on it, so to summarize, his burst applies coordinated hydro, his skill is somewhat of a volatile 2-hit nuke, and his defense utility is a phenomenal asset. He's the glue for a lot of teams that need hydro, and can be thrown into a plethora of team compositions. In fact, this is his second time being in a video, so it clearly shows. But moving on to Candace, her kit is quite unique. Her elemental skill is a parry shield attack that is similar to Beidou and Yunjin. It has a hold version and can deal more damage when performing a perfect parry. The damage that is dealt is based on a percentage of her max HP. Candace's skill also has a short cooldown of 6 seconds with its tap version, allowing for more energy generation. Additionally, her skill has no ICD. However, her burst is where she really shines, and does something quite unique. She first raises her polearm, dealing an initial hit of AoE Hydra damage based on her max HP, and then activating the main part of her burst. During her burst, all characters affected by her burst deal increased normal attack damage, gain a team-wide Hydra infusion for melee weapon users, and when characters are swapped in, a wave impact of Hydra damage will activate, which can only happen for a max of 3 times. These wave impacts deal damage based on a part of her max HP. This entire effect lasts for a duration of 9 seconds at C0, and then gets bumped up to 12 starting at C1. Additionally, her C6 allows her to apply even more Hydro. When characters other than Candace are affected by her burst deal elemental damage to enemies with their normal attacks, they can trigger an additional wave slash that deals AoE Hydra damage equal to 15% of her max HP. These extra waves are counted as burst damage and have a trigger cooldown of 2.3 seconds, so essentially about 5 times per burst rotation. Now why am I constantly talking about Candace's Hydro attacks? Well, the reason is because of something very special. Almost all of Candace's Hydro attacks have absolutely no ICD, which means that she can trigger a Hydra reaction or apply Hydra with every single hit. The only ones that do abide by ICD are the normal attacks that follow the first infused one. So essentially, as long as you keep swapping onto new characters and doing only one normal attack per swap, then the no ICD rule will still uphold. Now upon release, many players thought that this application of Hydra was just too quick and couldn't be properly utilized. Paired with the fact that Candace just fell short as the newest Hydro 4-star in 2 years since the game's launch, made a lot of players just turn away from her, especially when, Xingqiu is just that good. However, people soon realized how well it worked, extremely with Dendro and specifically Hyper Bloom. And being able to apply Hydro so many times, she was able to create a numerous amount of Dendro cores. But being paired with Xingqiu just made it absolutely redonkabonk. Xingqiu's Hydra application isn't as frequent, but is still quite consistent, especially with his C6, which does one more additional application of Hydro every 3rd coordinated attack. And like I said before, Hydro holds a lot of teams together, and in most cases, the more Hydro, the better. Xingqiu's multiple no ICD hits with Xingqiu's coordination makes it perfect for that. This niche of almost uncontrolled Hydra application is extremely valuable and can be the base of very powerful free-to-play Hyperbloom teams. And we all know how broken that reaction is. Pairing the two together would also help lower each other's energy recharge requirements. Moreover, the fact that they are both 4-stars means that they're pretty accessible to all players. Not to mention, if both are on your team, the Hydra Resonance would be active and benefit both of them beautifully. The additional HP increases the damage that Candace does, and increases the amount of healing that Xingqiu provides. This buffs both offensive and defensive utility. Alternatively, there is also a build with Xingqiu that makes him a true Hydra main DPS. This is done by equipping him with the 4-piece set of Nymph Stream to increase his attack and Hydra damage bonus through stacks. And the way to do so is for him to take advantage of Candace's Hydra infusion for it to work. He essentially becomes an all-around Hydra main DPS, with everything from his kit dealing Hydra damage for at least the duration of Candace's burst. He's then able to trigger very strong Vaporize reactions with units like Xiangling. So yeah, Candace's utility is actually quite priceless, and the seemingly boundless access to Hydro through her and Xingqiu's synergy is just absolutely amazing. And with that, you already know what button to press if you want to see more on a regular basis. If you have something to say, I can only hope that it's nice. Thank you, and bye!